All right, let's get this straight. You're an American with a social security number, and you have access to the greatest financial asset than any other country in the world has. You do understand that, right? America has the greatest financial and banking system available to anyone. So you get to be a part of the 5 to 10% of people that get access to this. And the other thing, it's created the most millionaires out of thin air because you have access to it. And you're telling me that you're not taking advantage of it. And what I'm talking about is the banking system. You understand that you can get a home with a mortgage, which you can't really do in most countries. You get the finance at 3.5% down or 5% down as a first-time home buyer, and or 20% down, where other countries you have to finance much more. So tell me this, why aren't you taking advantage of the greatest financial system in the world? And what I mean by this is, as we know, with the job market, the economy, things of that sort, and especially kids or young individuals who are between the age of 20 and 35, people are trying to figure out ways to make more money. Because just like our parents, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, were able to save up money, have a average or decent career, put money in the stock market, and have it inflate to infinity, and be able to retire on a nest egg, many of the younger generation doesn't believe that they are going to be able to do the same. And so you, as an American citizen with a social security number and access to the greatest country in the world, that is why it's called the American dream, gives you the opportunity to access 50, 100, $200,000 to start and build and grow a business where you can't do that anywhere else in the world. Okay? Like, it's actually an incredible advantage, and most people do not understand that. And all you have to do is actually take care of your personal credit, because the biggest difference between the rich and the poor is financial literacy. You typically hear this common term which says the rich die in debt, because they utilize the bank's money to be able to get into investments, to be able to build businesses without dipping into their own cash flow. And what they do is they take their personal credit seriously, meaning they don't buy liabilities with it, meaning they pay their personal credit stuff off, and they build up their credit limits so that these banks are willing to give them more money to grow and start a business. And it doesn't take much effort to open up an LLC, which the only difference between you being a sole proprietor or just a contractor and a freelancer is an LLC just gives you protection. That's why people can go bankrupt and still hold on to their personal assets and start right over again. This system, like I said, has created more millionaires out of thin air because you can actually access hundreds of thousands of dollars from the banks if you have an LLC, if you have good credit. So if you were someone who is looking to actually build a side income, build a side hustle, maybe start a business, do something online, maybe create just an additional $20,000, $50,000, six figures. Hell, you could literally sell pickles on the side of the road and still start an LLC, okay? It doesn't take that much money, and you can do it manually yourself. And then, if you have good credit, you can go build relationships with the banks, and they will give you 10, 20, 30, $50,000 on a singular business credit card at 0% for 12 to 18 months, for 9 to 18 months. There is so much opportunity to be able to utilize this as an American citizen. So what are we doing when we're spending 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to try to save up money, from our jobs or our careers, with all of these things going on in our lives and all of these extra bills that we have to pay, when all you have to do is spend 6 months to 12 months to build up your personal credit and grow that? Or if you already have great credit, all you have to do is open some bank accounts with the right banks and understand the right strategies on how to get money from banks to start your side hustle, to hire someone to show you what you want to do to make an additional 20, 30, $40,000 a year, $100,000. Or maybe you already have a business and you don't understand that instead of using the cash flow from your business, you can do the exact same thing and now spend money with marketing. Now spend money in outsourcing and hiring and building the business and growing that even further. Like there's so many opportunities for people that haven't even started, for people that are just interested in making a side income, for people that actually want to go all in on their business idea or growing their business or marketing their business, and for the people that already have a business that is doing well and having excess capital. They have a plan to be able to utilize it, right? And with that, with the people that are just starting, if you have a normal job and you do your taxes, I am not no financial advisor or no tax advisor, but when you have a business and you do expenses on the business, whether that be marketing or investing in people who are trying to teach you something, that's a write-off. It gets written off on your actual personal income as well. So let's say the goal is just $20,000 a year additional. Awesome. What if year two you make $100,000? What if year three you make $500,000? There's so much upside right now over the next 3 to 5 years to be able to build and grow a business where you have the opportunity to make more money. Where sometimes if you stay in your career, now there's other careers that have more upside than others, but they're typically more challenging to be able to hit that upside. But rather than the 2% or 5% raise, making $80,000 a year, then $84,000, then $90,000 a year, you could utilize the banking system and the financial system, the greatest system in the world, which I keep talking about, to access business credit, to access these relationships, to build a business, pay those cards back, and now you've created another relationship where you can get even more money to scale and grow your business. So what I'm trying to say, if you guys have not figured it out, is utilize the system that's in front of you because other countries don't have it. And it's literally at your fingertips when you know the right strategies, you understand the right information, and you implement it. So if that is something that you're looking to do, you're excited about, you want to do, you want to create an additional income, you want to grow the current business, reach out to me. I help clients do this. And the greatest thing about this as well is you can travel for free off the rewards from these credit cards, from these relationships. I'm literally able to do that. I have saved tens, 20, literally $40,000 worth of travel just off of the rewards of using these cards within my business and within my investments. So that is the key. My links are down below if you want to reach out to me specifically, but I will say this, it is so much harder because of where the economy is at right now. Banks are tighter. They're looking for a specific profile. They want to work with people that they can trust. This doesn't work if you have missed payments, if you have 50, 60% utilization on your personal credit. That doesn't look good to the banks. They want to give money to people that are trusted as a lender, right? That have higher limits that you can show you can make your payments on time. So if you are in that situation, maybe I can help you out as well, but you're gonna need to repair your credit or you're gonna need to pay down those balances and find ways to improve your credit lines and your entire profile. That is extremely important. And that's what most people don't understand is the financial literacy of things. The credit system, once you build out your credit profile, you can get better financing. You can get personal loans. You can get business loans. You can get better car rates. The fact that people are driving around with 15% car notes is insane when you can get 2 to 3% with having the right credit and having the right information. When you have that, you get to negotiate terms. You have leverage, and the banks want to give you more money and help you out because they trust you, right? It's super important. So, like I said, if you are an American citizen, you have a social security number. So one of the greatest financial assets are at your fingertips, and it's available to you when you take on the right information. So if you guys have questions, comments, drop them down below. If you haven't, hit like and subscribe. Join the free community if you want to jump in there. There's free information about travel hacking, about lending, about banking, about business credit cards, about personal credit. But my links are down below if you want to be able to set up your personal credit profile. if you're a business owner or someone looking to access $50,000 to $150,000 in business credit and or funding, and you want someone to guide you through the process, who understands the different data points, as each bank is different and what they're asking for and what they're looking for specifically, reach out to me. That's what I help people with, because there's a lot of nuance with the system. And if you were to do it yourself, we might apply to the same 5 cards. I'll apply and I'll get 120,000, and you might apply and you'll get 10,000 and 3 denials, because the information that needs to be put in those applications, the relationships in terms of the banking managers as well, is super important, and what banks you go to is very important as well. So either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you agree as well, we are America. The United States has the greatest financial system in the world. It has created the most millionaires out of thin air. It provides 10 times more opportunity than 95% of other countries. And you guys need to understand that, what we have available to us. Drop it down below. Yes, USA on that. We'll talk to you guys soon. Appreciate you. Take care. Peace.